Hey, what's going on, everybody? On YouTube, Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, and I'm here with Paul Lipsky of the Dropshipping Titans course, and your YouTube channel is?
It's just my name, Paul J. Lipsky, and spelled Lipsky.
Lipsky, okay,
Yeah.
Cool. So we're here in Austin, Texas for the Green Room event, and we want to shoot a video today talking about 5 steps to getting started with eBay dropshipping. So Paul actually spoke at the event, and he was talking about his journey of scaling his dropshipping business to, what, $1.3 million over the last 18 months?
Yeah,
was it?
yeah. In the past year and a half, I did 1.3 million in sales.
That is
eBay.
crazy. That is awesome. So people really enjoyed his talk, and a lot of people are asking, more tips about getting started with drop shipping. So we wanted to cover 5 things that we feel can really help you to not only get excited about this opportunity, but also to be able to learn about what are some of the first action steps that you're going to need to take. So if you guys are interested in this content and you want more of it, be sure to get on the email list down below. It's a little workshop that I put together. It's got a bunch of free eBay dropshipping content, and also if you want to learn more about his course and stuff, you can check that out in the free workshop. So in any event, let's get right into it and start talking about step number 1 to getting started with eBay dropshipping, which is setting up your eBay. So a lot of people watching probably set up eBay to like resell from thrift stores and garage sales. What's the deal when it comes to setting up eBay for dropshipping?
Well, in large part, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be the same, right? But everyone who's sold on eBay, you know about these business policies you have. You're going to set your shipping rates, shipping preferences, your billing preferences, your handling time. Those are going to be a little bit different for drop shipping than for reselling, because when you're reselling, you're going to be able to send items out the same day. With drop shipping, you're going to be relying on a third party to ship it out. So you want to make sure you have longer handling times. It's not really a big deal, but you just got to make sure you set it up right beforehand.
Well, that's a big one. You definitely don't want to have one-day shipping, right?
No, it's not going to work.
Number 2, the second action step to getting started with eBay dropshipping is a software that Paul actually introduced me to when I first started dropshipping, and it's called DSM Tool. Talk to people about why they need to look into this free tool. It's actually free for like the first 50 listings or so, and it's pretty affordable. But why do people need to look into DSM Tool, and how is it important when it comes to dropshipping? Yeah,
so DSM Tool stands for Dropship Management Tool, and I think that's actually a great name for it because it really helps you manage your whole dropshipping store. It's going to tell you like a whole bunch of metrics about your store, make sure it's running correctly. But the really cool thing about it is that it actually helps you automatically or quickly list items onto your eBay store. It's so fast.
It literally copies the title, the description, the pictures.
Right.
And it'll not only pull from like Amazon, but from Walmart, Home Depot. I know there's certain, it doesn't cover all the stores.
Not all of them, but the big ones, the ones that are really the best and most reliable for eBay dropshipping. It connects with them really, really well. Yeah, and that's one thing that kind of like held me back and a lot of people from getting started was like the tedious process of having to download the pictures, upload them, and create the titles, and pulling over the description. But with DSM Tool, it's like super automated. So it's very fast, and then it automatically, once you do that, it's going to connect your eBay listing with that item on, let's say, Walmart.com. So if the price changes on Walmart.com, it's going to change the price on eBay for you, so you don't lose money. And it's also going to change the stock as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say that because there was a girl that I used to be friends with. We used to hang out all the time. She was a drop shipper, and she said she used to have spreadsheet after spreadsheet after spreadsheet, and she'd have to call the suppliers and the sources. And I thought the business model was so stupid because I'm like, I would never want to do that. But that software is just like a game changer. So definitely something you want to look more into when getting started with eBay dropshipping. The next thing that you're going to have to do, so you set up your eBay store, your site preferences, change your handling times, all that good stuff. You looked into DSM Tool, you learned how to do all that, import listings in. Next thing you have to do is choose a source. So what exactly does that mean, choosing a source?
Yeah, so this is basically just the online retailer that you're going to use as your dropshipping retailer, the one who's going to ship the items to the
Walmart,
customer.
Home Depot, that could be Amazon.
Exactly. So there's some that are better than others. Luckily, the ones that DSM Tool works with are good ones. There are some bad ones out there. For instance, like Lowe's is not one that I recommend people to use because they just don't have good customer service. And that's really key. If you've shopped on these websites and you say, wow, they have great customer service like Amazon.com or Walmart.com, then they're going to be good for drop
So
shipping.
what type of customer service do you mean? Because it seems like it would just be automated. You're just buying it and then they ship it. Like, what type of service are you referring to?
Well, like companies that are going to ship out the items quickly and on time and get you the tracking numbers. Like, I'm sure most of you guys, all you guys have have bought things from Amazon. You know that you get your tracking number really quickly. You know that they're always going to ship out their item, and if they don't, they're going to take responsibility for it. They're going to refund you, or they're going to go above and beyond to make sure you're happy. So stuff like that is what you're going to look for.
Awesome, awesome. So there's like a bunch of green room members, so I'm like waving to people as they go by, but very cool. That's important for sure. So be careful with your source. The fourth step to getting started, and we try to put these in like the best order as possible. Obviously, there's going to be a couple things that are going to be missing, but these are So this is another important one, product research, right? So you set up your eBay account, you got the DSM tool rocking and rolling, you chose your source, maybe you're gonna start with Walmart, you're gonna start with Home Depot. I'd recommend starting with like one, getting good at it, and then kind of moving from there. Product research, what exactly does this entail?
So you don't want to waste space in your store, especially when you're new, listing items that you don't even know if they're going to sell. And I found a way to do some product research to find items that I know are going to sell when I list them. It's almost guaranteed. And it's just by going in, seeing what's already selling on eBay, and then kind of reverse engineering it to find where those items are coming from. And if they're coming from your source, then you should sell them as well.
Yeah, like on eBay, like when you look at the sold listings, you could copy that, and sometimes you could find out, okay, like you put it into Google, okay, that's coming from Walmart, that's coming from Home Depot.
Right.
And another thing that I do as well is sometimes on eBay you'll see an item sold like 30 times or 40 times. That means there's a market.
Yeah, right? Those are the items you want to
look for. I'm giving away a lot of secrets here. Cool, very, very cool. So product research is definitely a big one. And inside his course as well, and inside the workshop, we've done some really popular videos together that go a lot deeper into this. So be sure to get onto that email list, the free workshop, and you'll find some goodies talking about that. And last but not least, you've gone through the process of setting up eBay, you got DSM tool, you chose your source, which is Walmart, Home Depot, wherever you decide. You started researching your products, you found some products that you want to list. Now it's time to list the products, which essentially kind of brings you back to the DSM tool, right?
Yeah, I kind of teased this one earlier because this is going to be automatic. Like I said before, you just copy down the URL for the item, let's say on Walmart, plug it into DSM tool, it copies the title, it copies over the item description, all the pictures. You can make a little collage out of the pictures. It's built right in there to DSM tool.
So nice.
In the settings beforehand, you set up how you want to price the items. It's automatically going to price them. I don't know what work you have to do there, really. It's just all automatic.
You just gotta, you just gotta get it done and realize it's gonna take time. The margins might not be the largest on, with a drop shipping business, but you do have the scale, and especially once you start incorporating virtual assistants and building up your team, and the more you have of listings in your store, the more money you're going to make. So we have a bunch of other videos that we're going to be creating, so make sure to get on the email list because we'll be sending out these emails of the new videos and stuff. We're going to be talking about the biggest mistakes to avoid, how Paul scaled to 1.3 million in 18 months. So we have a lot more videos, so trust me, we didn't cover it all here, but we have a lot more coming. But if you guys did enjoy this video, do me a couple favors. Number one, smash that like button. Number two, go check out his YouTube channel, which is
Paul J. Lipsky, spelled Lipsky.
And I'm gonna link all that down below. And again, if you're interested in his course, which how many students do you have now?
We have over 700 students in the course right now.
Wow. And it's only been open for how long?
Since so it's been 5 months now.
5 months. So the word is spreading like fire because it works. It works. But I can tell you right now, guys, you're gonna have to work hard. It's not some get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something that you just play around with for 30 minutes here and there. Like, it takes work. So don't think this is like the magic pill if you're trying to get rich by doing nothing. That's nonsense. So we're here to add value, here to help you guys out, and Paul's definitely a great guy. So check him out on YouTube, subscribe, get on the email list down below, and we will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Rake and Profit. I am with Paul Lipsky, and Paul is an eBay dropshipper. He's done about $1.3 million in the last 18 months dropshipping on eBay, which is pretty freaking cool. And today I want to bring him on video and talk about 7 mistakes to avoid when dropshipping on eBay. So if you're getting started dropshipping and you don't know where to start, or maybe you're really scared to get started because there's like so many mistakes you could make, which totally understand. We're gonna break down like the 7 big mistakes that, maybe these are mistakes that you've made. I'm sure you've made all these mistakes before. And he's also a coach. He's got about 700 students, which he's helping to build drop shipping businesses on eBay. So he sees a lot of mistakes that they all make. So why don't you introduce yourself really quick, and then we'll just dive right in.
Steve, I think you did a great introduction. I do have a YouTube channel. It's just my name, Paul J. Lipsky. So if you guys want to check that out, I have lots of tips on there. But Steve and I are also doing a bunch of videos here on his channel as well. So you'll see me around if you're subscribed to his channel.
Awesome, cool. Yeah, so check the links down below. You can subscribe to his channel. Also, we have a free workshop. We've done a whole bunch of videos together. So if you want to learn about his whole journey of how he went to 1.3 million, the mistakes to avoid, which we're talking about, how to get started, so on and so forth, get on the email list. It's one of the first links down below. But let's jump right into it. So one of the big mistakes that you had talked about that a lot of your students make when they're just getting started, before they go through the course and everything, is listing wrong items. What exactly do you mean by that?
So I think there's a misconception that you can just list anything on eBay and it's gonna sell. I think like a long time ago that was true. It's just not true anymore. I mean, people come to eBay and they're looking for certain items, or some items are going to be less competitive than others. So you got to know how to find those items. You got to find the ones that are already selling well. Those are the ones you want to sell. You don't want to waste your time listing items that are never going to sell.
Yeah, because when I was watching a bunch of videos before I met you, there's a lot of people who just say list everything. And the problem with that is it's going to cause you to have to spend a lot of money with the listing fees and then the insertion fees, right?
Right. So eBay has like an insertion fee. It varies depending on how big your store is, but anywhere from 10 cents to 30 cents, that can add up pretty quickly if you're not careful. So I'm a big advocate of keeping the number of listings low, and it's also going to increase your sell-through rate, which eBay really likes.
So be sure to spend adequate amount of times with product research before you go out and list the item, because there's tools like DSM tool that allow you to automate this really quickly, but it may not be the smartest move long term, you're saying. So be sure to be very careful with listing the right or the wrong items. Number 2, and this is a mistake that I'm sure you wish you would have done it sooner, but you could touch on it, not hiring help.
Yeah. This is something I love talking about because in the beginning, I really thought I could run my eBay store all by myself. And for a while I did.
We all want to think that.
Yeah. And for a while you can. And you really should kind of in the beginning, so you have an idea of how everything works. But after a point, you only have so many hours in a week. You can only work like, what, 80 hours in a week before you crash. So if you hire help, and I'm talking about like virtual assistants from the Philippines who are gonna pay like $2 an hour to help you run your store, these people are smart. They've already done this before on other people's eBay accounts, so they know how to do it. You hire these people, you've just doubled the amount of hours that you can work in a week. Every time I've hired virtual assistants, my sales have increased.
And you can easily hire virtual assistants. Well, I like to hire a lot from the Philippines for $2 to $4 an hour for some of these basic tasks. And you were saying, we're in Austin, Texas. He just gave a speech yesterday, and he was saying in his speech that a lot of these virtual assistants are accustomed to using these softwares and already doing most of these tasks.
Yeah.
So it's not very foreign to them.
No, you don't have to waste time training them for the most part. Just go in there and tell them how exactly you want to do it, but they already know how to use the softwares and the basics of how eBay dropshipping works.
Awesome, cool. Number 3, third big mistake that you want to avoid when dropshipping on eBay is not setting up your store correctly, and that's a big one. Why don't you touch on that a little bit, Paul?
Yeah, so this was a mistake I made in the beginning. I just figured I would make everything as optimized as possible, the way that eBay wants you to do it. So it has short handling time, short shipping time, without realizing that when you order something from another website,
out of your control,
outside of your control, how fast they ship it. So the items weren't shipping out on time. Kind of got dinged for that in the beginning. Learned my lesson. It's so easy to avoid. You just got to set up your business policies in eBay correctly, and you're fine.
What do you like to offer for your handling and shipping time?
Handling time is 2 to 3 days, and then shipping times 3 to 5 days. You want to make sure you do economy. That way you're not tied down to just UPS or FedEx, because you don't know how they're going to ship it out.
Got it. Mistake number 4 to avoid when drop shipping on eBay, and this is a big one regardless if you're selling on eBay as a thrifter, doing garage sales, or if you're drop shipping or Amazon FBA, or even a brick and mortar business. One of the big mistakes that I noticed that people make, and I've made this for years, I was making this, was I didn't have systems in line. Why don't you explain exactly what is a system?
Yeah, so every time that you go in and fulfill an order or list an item, you don't want to be starting from scratch. You want to find what's working. You list an item, write down all the steps that you did to do it, and so that the next time you do it, you don't have to start over and like, well, how did I do that? This is key for two reasons. One, when you're doing it on your own, you're not going to waste time every time. And second, when you do hire the virtual assistants, you could just send them the order of things that you do. That way they have an exact system of how you want it done. And you might want to do that early on so that you don't forget to do it later. And when you do hire the virtual assistants, you have to go back and write everything down. Do it early, trust me.
Yeah, and I recommend using, I love Google Drive. So you can start up a Google Drive and you can create folders for the various tasks or for the various roles of your business, and just create a Google Doc inside of it and just write it all out. It's saved in the cloud forever, so you don't have to worry about like your computer breaking down or losing like a Word document, and it's there, it's good to go forever, and you can continue improving upon it. Number 5, fifth mistake to avoid when drop shipping on eBay, and this is big, this is for eBay in general, not listing consistently.
Yeah.
You know, eBay, I found that the more you list, the more the algorithm will reward you. Exactly. Have you found that the more you list, the more you make?
Absolutely. eBay likes when you pay attention to it. So you got to list doesn't have to be every day.
It's like a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just like walk away and expect him to still be there for you.
Exactly. That's a good way of looking at it. You don't have to list every day, but consistently a couple times a week at least. Make sure you're going in at least every day to do something, whether that's looking at your orders, fulfilling the orders, uploading tracking numbers, or just going in to make sure your metrics are okay.
Yeah.
Something every day.
Really, really big one right there. You know, Paul and I were talking behind the scenes and we were really brainstorming this video and like the big mistakes. And one thing that we both realized, when you look at someone who's successful and somebody who just fell a little short, the big thing is the successful person pushes aside all of those what ifs.
Yeah.
Talk to the people watching about, you know, the what ifs and what this is and why you need to get past that.
So I think this applies probably for any business. There's so many excuses you can give yourself for not getting started. You can say, well, what if a customer doesn't like that it's coming from another website? What if it comes in a box that says Walmart on it? What if, what if, what if? And because of all those what ifs, you don't get started. And I've always found that my biggest fear is the fear of the unknown.
Me too.
So the best thing to do is just get started, and you'll see you're gonna get into those situations, and then you're gonna quickly resolve it. And you're gonna realize it's not that bad. And then you can move on to the next what if, and then you realize that one's not so bad either. Let
me ask you guys a question. Have you ever, you know, driven at nighttime and you can only see 30, 40 feet ahead of you because of the headlights can only see ahead of you? Do you just stop driving? Because what if a car on the other side of the road crosses the line? What if a deer runs across the road? What if, you know, you didn't get an oil change and the engine breaks down? Like, what if, like, no, but you still go. And it's the same thing in entrepreneurship. Like, there's a million what ifs, but that's life in general.
Right.
But the successful people, they get past it.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
You don't want to live fear-based like that.
Turn your headlights on. So number 7, the last one, is not optimizing keywords. Keywords are very important. You know, using softwares like DSM Tool, you can easily import listings from various websites, Walmart, Home Depot, into your eBay like that. But you wanna optimize your listings for keywords. Why is that important?
It's the only thing that's gonna connect your customer to you. So if you might have the best product in the world that a customer wants, let's say it's a hammer, but if you write in your description, tires, they're never gonna find that hammer. You gotta have the keywords that the customers are looking for, and that's how you connect customer to your sale.
Awesome. So the big 7 mistakes you want to avoid, just to recap, is making sure that you're listing the right items that have a market. Big mistake number 2, not hiring help, because really you only have a certain amount of time during the day. Mistake number 3, not setting up your store correctly. Make sure that you don't have like 1-day shipping and handling time. Number 4, make sure that you have systems in your business. Don't just, you know, just freestyle everything, because once you start scaling, it's gonna take a hold of you. Not listing consistently, number 5. Number 6, procrastinating, always what if this, what if that. You gotta get past those limiting beliefs. Number 7, not optimizing keywords. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do us a big favor and smash that like button. Be sure to go over to his YouTube channel, which is
Paul J. Lipsky.
Link will be in the description. Join the email list. We got a bunch of free videos, a workshop. If you want to learn about his Paul's course, which is called
the Dropshipping Titans course.
And there's, how many videos are in that course?
There's over 75, and I'm
75.
adding more as things change on eBay. I'm keeping up with it for you guys.
So I would recommend getting on the email list first, because then you'll be able to go through all the videos, learn more about it. Plus, if you do get his course, I'm an affiliate for it. I'm throwing in a bunch of free bonuses and stuff too, so check that out. But I would go through the free stuff first, because I want to make sure that, and I've been telling people this, like, don't just join a program if you're not serious. It's going to take hard work.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't want to see, like, I sell programs myself too, and like so many people, they'll just join and they're not committed to actually go through it. Like, make sure you're serious, because it takes hard work, but the rewards are quite abundant if you're willing to put into work. So anyways, that's for another video, but we appreciate you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve Rakin here, and I'm here with my friend Paul, who, believe it or not, he actually did over $210,000 drop shipping on eBay in January, and he made about $18,000 profit. And he's back on the channel again from the Hustle Husbands YouTube channel, and we're going to be chit-chatting about drop shipping on eBay. But most people are used to drop shipping using Amazon to eBay, but we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of other ways that you can drop ship on eBay, and we're going to define what drop shipping is, talk about the opportunity, and essentially answer all your questions and do a live demonstration. So, Paul, what's going on, man? Welcome to the video.
Thanks for having me back, Steve. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, man, it's great to have you on. And, you know, lately we've definitely been doing quite a few collaborations and sharing a lot of content, and people have been really, really intrigued with this drop shipping model on Amazon. So why don't you kind of start off by giving a little background of who you are, how you got into drop shipping, and maybe share some of your results.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Paul. What's up, everybody? I do drop shipping onto eBay, just like Steve said. I'm not sure if everyone would know what that is, so I'll just explain what that is real quick. So I sell products on eBay, but I don't have the items in stock. I don't own them. When somebody buys the item from me, I go on Walmart.com, HomeDepot.com, websites like that. I purchase it and I ship it directly to the customer, and that's my business model. Obviously, there's a margin built in there, so that's how I make my money. I've been doing like over $200,000 a month in sales. About $18,000 in profit was January. It's just going up and up. So that's what I've been doing. Steve, is it okay if I share my screen real quick? I want to show them this from my PayPal account.
All right. You're good to go.
Cool. All right. Some Inception stuff. Okay. So this is actually my PayPal account. Can you see that, Steve?
Yep. Looks good.
Okay. So this is, you see, it's the past 30 days. Over $200,000 in sales. So it's been last year. You see, I was doing a lot better than I was last year because I just started last year. So these have been my numbers. So obviously I'm doing really well. I've obviously figured out how this works, and that's like the hardest part. Once you figure out how it works, it's really scalable after that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. That's really cool, man. So that's over $200,000 in the last 30 days. So how long? That's crazy. First of all, let's give a round of applause, man. That's really, really awesome right there. I mean, those are some big numbers. Now, Paul did say that his profit margin was somewhere around the 10% mark, which is actually pretty common from my research when it comes to drop shipping. And a lot of people might think, you know, that's a small profit margin, but you're not touching the products, right? You're essentially, like you said, you're listing them on eBay from sources like Amazon, Home Depot, Walmart.com. We're going to talk about a bunch of other sources. And when it sells, you're just essentially buying it and linking up the source and the customer. So it's very scalable, right?
Yeah. And that's what it was so great about. So in the beginning, your margin is going to be higher. My margins were about 15% when I started, but then, you know, I've outsourced a lot of the work. I hire these virtual assistants, they're called. These are freelancers who live in the Philippines or India. They do most of the work for me. So they're doing most of the work. I'm making most of the money. Yes, that lowers my margin, but it's totally worth it because I'm not doing as much work doing it. And that's how you scale it.
Right. Cool, man. So yeah, this is going to be an awesome show, and we have a lot of really cool things planned. I've got a whole bunch of different notes in terms of where we're going to go with this show, but I want to ask you guys one question right now. I want to know, if you're excited to learn from a guy who did over $200,000 in January, 18K profit drop shipping, I want you to drop a hell yeah down in the comments, because we're going to be talking about how to drop ship, especially using Home Depot and Walmart. And I know there's not a lot of people who are talking about this right now on YouTube. So if you're interested in getting into a business that's scalable, if you're interested in getting into a business that'll allow you to work pretty much from anywhere, right? Because all you need is your laptop. If you're interested in getting into a business that doesn't require you to physically touch the products, I need you guys to do a big favor. Say hell yeah down in the comments right now. And also be sure to hit the like button. And I also forgot to mention, guys, the reason Paul and I linked up as well, we actually connected a couple of years back at a place called the Woodstock Fruit Festival, of all places. It's where a bunch of, I don't know, is it crazy people or weirdos? Just interesting folks. I don't know the word to use. We meet up and we eat like fruits for a week straight. I know it's bizarre, but it was a really cool experience. And that's where Paul and I actually connected in New York. And yeah, ended up watching some of his YouTube videos. I just recently completed his drop shipping course. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. I think it's the first link in the description, and I'm giving away some bonuses as well, which I'll talk about later, but you can check out his course. But yeah, man, with that being said, why don't we just get into the show? I see a bunch of people in the comments right now. Should we shout some people out real quick before we dive in?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. We got Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures, dropping a $5 super chat. Appreciate the love. She's saying thumbs up, Steve and Paul, for sharing this awesome info. So definitely appreciate that, Margaret. Guys, be sure to check out her channel. We got Biz Hacks in the house, Jason Hester. We got Carissa Powell. Good to see ya. We got CT Whale. What's going on? Elizabeth says, hey, I love that your content is so real. I subscribe because I know when I watch your videos, I'm not wasting my time. That's right, guys. You're going to learn some really, really cool stuff. So got a bunch of hell yeahs coming in the comments right now. So let's dive in and start to talk about what are some of the ways that people can actually drop ship on eBay. Where are some places that people can go? Mentioned Home Depot, mentioned Walmart, but I know you had like a whole list of other sources that you recommend.
Yeah, definitely. So I think there's a misconception that the only way to do this is Amazon to eBay, and that's totally not true. In fact, I only sell a small portion of my items come from Amazon, and that's because there's just so much more potential out there, because for some reason no one else is branching out, and that's really where you make the money, is where no one else is thinking to go to. So I have a whole list of places you can drop ship from. The list is huge, because any store that you buy stuff online from, you can try using them as a drop shipper. So some of my favorites are Walmart, Home Depot, Overstock.com, Wayfair is a one that a lot of people like to use. Bed Bath & Beyond, to some limited extent, is a good source. I've had friends who've had a lot of success with the B&H, the camera store, and Toys R Us. And I could just keep going on and on. Jet.com is a good one. Costco, Sam's Club. So I don't know, should I keep going or should I cut it off there? Because it's really anywhere you can shop online, you can drop ship from to eBay.
So essentially you can drop ship from anywhere, right? Are there any stores that you wouldn't recommend drop shipping from, and why?
Yeah, so I tell everyone this. When you're starting out with a new source, that's what we call them, the source, you want to go slow at first, because you want to make sure that they're a good source to drop ship from, that they ship quickly, that ideally they're not going to include the price with it. So what I like to do is I like to buy an item from the store, have it shipped to me, see how long it takes, see what the box looks like, what the invoice looks like, and see how easy it is to return. Now, right away, I can tell you some that are great. So Walmart's great. Amazon is great. Home Depot is one of my favorites. Bed Bath & Beyond, if you don't sell too many of their items, they're great. If you sell too many, they don't like that, and they'll start canceling the orders. So that's something you have to be aware of as well. Some websites will do that, but a lot of websites aren't sophisticated enough to kind of catch on to that. B&H is another one, great one. Toys R Us is a great one. So those are the ones that I've tried and work really well. Overstock is phenomenal. They really like drop shippers. So those are the ones that I can tell you definitely work and work well.
I've been getting a lot of people asking about AliExpress, and I've actually done some drop shipping with through my Shopify store with AliExpress. But the thing was, it was such a long lead time. But with the customized items that I was selling on Shopify, they wouldn't mind waiting 25 or 30 days. Believe it or not, I actually couldn't freaking believe it. But time and time again, people were willing to wait. With eBay, I don't see that being a possibility unless you were to purchase a bunch of items from AliExpress and then ship them from your house, but then that's not drop shipping anymore. So is there something I'm not aware of? Because a lot of people want to drop ship from AliExpress on eBay. Is it possible?
You nailed it on the head exactly. It's something I've never even tried because of the long handling time that they take. It's just not suitable for eBay. People on eBay want their items faster. It seems like people on Shopify are willing to wait, but that's not, those aren't the same people coming to eBay. So it's not going to work for AliExpress. So I've never even tried it for that reason. That's more for FBA and things like that.
Because, we were having a conversation because there's a lot of people who are drop shipping using Amazon Prime. And I made a video recently saying that I wasn't comfortable essentially doing it because of the terms of service and, various factors and whatnot. But Paul and I were talking behind the scenes because, I still wanted to use Amazon, but I didn't want to use the Prime. But the thing was, the shipping was, if you're not using Prime, shipping's like 5 to 8 days. And that's like really pushing the limit, right? So you have to be careful when you're drop shipping from a source. You need to make sure that it gets there in a timely manner, right?
Yeah, definitely. So that's something you got to look at. That's one of the reasons I recommend shipping it to yourself first, see how long it takes. Or you just talk to other people, like talk to me and I'll tell you which ones I know from experience work well, like the ones I just explained.
Yeah. So, oh, sorry, Paul, keep going.
No, I was just saying people, they want their items by a certain time. So you got to, meet that expectation for them.
So what do you use typically for your handling time? Because I've been doing some drop shipping from Amazon outside of Prime and Home Depot as of late. We've been chatting a lot behind the scenes and I've been loving your course, man. But I've been doing 3-day handling time and then standard shipping, which is like 1 to 5 days. And we've talked and I've been bouncing ideas off you and you kind of thought that was good. Is that what you recommend for most people or even a faster shipping, less handling time?
No, I think that's perfect. That's what I use because that's going to work for most suppliers. And you also got to remember that for eBay, the weekends don't count as business days, but so you get a little extra time built in there, especially if it's at the end of the week. And these retailers like Amazon and Walmart, they're still going to ship it out on the weekends. So that kind of works to your favor as well. It looks like less time, but it's actually more time because it has the weekend built in. It's pretty nice.
Cool. Awesome. A couple people asking about Etsy and Poshmark. Have you ever drop shipped onto those websites before? Have you experimented with that? Because I know Poshmark's really up and coming. And, I had a Connecticut thrifting meetup the other day and there were some folks who had showed up and they were selling all of their jeans and clothing on Poshmark. And they were saying they were getting 20, 30, 40% more. And I was like, wow, like it was blowing my mind. You've got to watch out for these emerging markets. Have you had any considerations moving over to Poshmark?
I saw that video of yours. And so I looked into Poshmark and
did you little...
Yeah, I did. Always looking for opportunities, right? So it seemed to me like Poshmark's more for like used clothing, it looks like. Is that like a wrong perception of mine?
No.
No. So yeah, so when we're drop shipping, you're always selling new items. It's not something that's going to be used or refurbished. These are all new items that are coming direct from the store. So that wouldn't really work too much for like Poshmark or one of these websites where it's more like used items. I don't know, maybe Poshmark will change and people will start selling new items on there. But I didn't take too much time looking at it. And as far as Etsy, I think Etsy's more, it's still like niched into that market of like handmade stuff. And you're going for volume here. So you want to sell like a lot of new items and not like,
yeah, I've never actually sold on Etsy before, but I'm aware of it, and I've got some friends who do pretty well on it. You've got to have a certain type of item that you sell on Etsy. I know they kind of have like tight standards, I believe. I don't think you can just put like a brand new item from like 2018, unless it's like custom or vintage. I'm not sure. I don't really have a lot of experience with Etsy. So, let me ask you a question, and we're gonna like start to really transition into the actual topic of the show, which is drop shipping from eBay, using Walmart and Home Depot. But in your opinion, this is a question that I had asked you recently, was I'm going to just ask you exactly what I asked you. I said, if I wasn't going to be drop shipping using Amazon to eBay, what's the best use of my time? Where's the best platform I should go to? And you gave me an answer. You actually gave me two sources. And what was that and why?
So I think if I remember, I told you Walmart and Home Depot. That's what I told you.
That's why we're here.
And those are my favorites. There's so many reasons why they're my favorite. They just have great customer service. They ship their items out quickly. Like Walmart has free 2-day shipping on all orders over, not all orders, but many orders over $35. So that's like Amazon Prime standards right there for free. And you're not going to get banned for using them. Another great thing about them is that these are two of the few websites out there where it's really easy to become tax exempt. So I don't know if you want to get into that. It's like a whole new ballpark, but I'll quickly explain what it is.
We definitely need to, because in order to be competitive on Home Depot, which I learned very quickly, we actually had another, if you guys don't know, like literally I've been like bombarding Paul with questions behind the scenes as I build up my drop shipping store on eBay. Like I just been like, so yeah, let's go into it, because we had a conversation about, we had like a little coaching call and I helped you with some YouTube stuff and you helped me with this, but let's talk about why it's important to become tax exempt and how that's going to help you to be competitive.
Yeah. So let me put on my legal hat so I can explain this properly. So because we're drop shippers, we're resellers, right? So under the law, we don't actually have to pay sales tax to Home Depot and Walmart and even Amazon. The only person who has to pay sales tax is the last person who's going to have the item. So that's your customer, the person you're shipping it to. So that's called the end consumer. That's who has to pay sales tax. So when you buy it, the item from Walmart and Home Depot, ordinarily, they're going to assume that you're the end consumer. So they're going to charge you sales tax. But if you set it up right and you know how to become tax exempt, then you go over to your source's website and say, hey, look, I'm tax exempt because I'm a reseller. And then Walmart and Home Depot are not going to charge you sales tax. So you're going to save a ton of money, and then you'll charge sales tax to your customer where it's appropriate to do so.
Cool. Awesome. And is this a very complicated process to acquire this certification and whatnot? I'll say it's a little bit complicated to figure it out where to go, but once you figure out where to go and how it works, then it's very easy. So like the course actually outlines the whole thing.
Yeah, it'll go through the whole thing. Basically what you have to do is apply in your state to collect sales tax. It's called something different in every state, but once you register with your state to collect sales tax, that's the first step. That's probably the hardest step. It's not that hard. Then you just got to get a form that says, hey, look, I'm able to collect sales tax, so you don't have to charge me sales tax, and you send that to Home Depot and Walmart, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, so it's really important to mention, guys, if you are going to start drop shipping using Home Depot, using Walmart, you're going to need to get that to stay competitive, right?
Right.
Because that's going to save you here in Connecticut. That's going to save me 6.35%, which is like a game changer. So, the name of this game is and we had another conversation about this. There's people saying like, I want Paul to coach me. It's funny. There's so many comments coming in, but when we had our little coaching call, one of the things that you told me that you don't have to be the lowest price, right? Because, in your course and what you had taught me, a lot of it has to do with keyword research and whatnot and kind of positioning yourself correctly. But some of the big things that you need to be aware of is being able to essentially get that item as cheap as possible through, cashback portals, gift cards, getting cash back with credit cards, obviously being tax exempt. Is there anything else that I missed?
You could sometimes use coupons. This could save you some cash too.
So that's really important. And that's like, keep going, Paul.
No, I just wanted to like break that down just a little bit for everyone, because what Steve's talking about here is that, you set a price on eBay, and because you want to build in a profit margin for yourself, right? Between the cost of the item with tax and the item that you sell for on eBay. But the best way to actually make money is to price your items cheaper, because then you could sell more of them. So the only way you're going to be able to sell more of them and still make a profit is to lower the cost of the item for yourself. And the way you do that is by using cashback credit cards, these cashback websites becoming tax exempt. So that lowers your price, so you can lower the price of the item on eBay without changing your margins. So you're still making money in there.
Cool, man. So I got a question for people who are listening right now. Who thinks it would be cool if I had Paul share his screen and we go into maybe Walmart or Home Depot? I'll let you guys choose. And we'll actually start looking live on the website at various products. And we'll have Paul, again, guys, he sold over $200,000 in January. I don't know how many items that is, but that's a lot. Over 18,000 profit in January dropshipping. What if we had him go onto one of these websites and start analyzing deals? If you guys think that is cool, write number one down below. If you think it's cool, write number one. If you don't want me to do that, write number two. But would that be cool? Would you guys be interested in seeing kind of live what Paul looks for in terms of products? We got Carissa Powell saying, wow, that would be great. We got Rudy saying, right on. We got Sis Donis saying one, CT Will saying one. Hey, we got Picking for Profit in the house, man. Good to see you. Wow, there's a lot of people dropping one bombs. So there's a lot of folks who want to see Paul literally share his screen. I saw a couple of Walmarts coming in. I saw Home Depot coming in. So also drop a comment, Home Depot or Walmart, where should we start first? So we're going to dive in. We're going to start to look at what products, how he analyzes it. And really the goal of this is to get you guys inspired, get you guys pumped up in believing that you could do this and start going out there and start learning and practicing and getting in there and doing this yourself, because there's definitely money to be made. So Just Flipping Thrifting says Walmart. Cass Richardson, Walmart. There's a lot of Walmarts coming in, man. So, you know, here on the Rake and Profit YouTube channel, I don't know what you do on the Hustle Husbands YouTube channel, but here I like to give the people what they want. So, I mean, If you're cool with that, man, what are your thoughts on diving into Walmart.com?
Let's do it. Let's absolutely do it. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to turn on my screen now.
And for the folks before, as Paul's getting set up on Walmart.com, you guys, if you're enjoying this content, do me a big favor and smash that like button below. We have like 138 people watching live right now, but only 55 likes, man. I see a lot of ones coming in. I see a lot of Walmarts coming in, but I need to see some more likes coming in because, you know, I want to give you guys what you want. So smash that like button and, you know, let's get into the show. Let's have some fun. So I'm going to stop talking, because I'm talking too much, and I'm going to let Paul kind of explain what his thought process is in terms of when he lands on Walmart.com and where he goes from there.
Cool. Okay, Steve, can you see my screen right now?
Yep, looks good, man. I see your eBay account. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so the first step in this process is really you're trying to find items that are already selling well on eBay, because you don't want to waste your time listing a bunch of items that are just not going to sell at all. So the way you do this is like a 3-step formula, basically. So the first step is you have to find other people who are selling items, who are drop shipping items from Walmart onto eBay. Okay, does that make sense?
Sorry, I was muted. Yep, makes perfect sense, Paul.
Cool. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to search for like literally any random item. So I'm thinking, because, you know, this advertisement is talking about Valentine's Day, we're going to search for something for Valentine's Day. Now I'll just throw this in there as kind of like extra bonus tip for your watchers here about seasonal items. Seasonal items are items that only sell for a certain time period during the year. So Valentine's Day products are seasonal items, right? Like Christmas trees are seasonal items, things like that. The thing about seasonal items is that they sell really well for about a month. But if you spend a lot of time posting these items to your store, they're not going to sell the rest of the year. So you've spent all this time posting this item, all these items, but for the rest of the year, they're not going to do really well. It's just for that 1 month. But during that 1 month, you can really do really well with them. So you just have to be aware of that when you're listing items, thinking about listing seasonal. It's gonna work really well for a month, but after that, you really want to concentrate. The bulk of your listings want to be items that are gonna sell throughout the whole year. But in the spirit of Valentine's Day, let's look up like teddy bears, right? And again, we're just looking for any random item here. And what I always look for is just an item that it has some reviews, because like this one right here has 15 reviews. And the reason for this is not necessarily the item we're going to be selling, but a lot of people think that if an item has decent reviews on Walmart.com, that it's definitely going to sell well on eBay. And actually, that's surprisingly not true. Not necessarily true. Just like some items that don't have any reviews on Walmart sometimes do really well on eBay. So again, we're just gonna find this random item and just copy down the name. Again, just any random item that has some reviews to it. Then I'm going to go over to, eBay, and just paste the name into the search bar right there. Okay, sorry about that. So all these results come up. And again, this is step one. So step one is we're trying to find other drop shippers, other people who are drop shipping from Walmart onto eBay. So all these listings came up, and some of these people are drop shipping this item and some of them aren't, right? So obviously this looks like a used one. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get rid of all the used ones. So actually, let me turn on this little pointer thing. So right here on the left, where it says new and used, you want to select new, because you're only interested in new items, not ones that were used, because dropshippers don't sell used items. And you can also check off free shipping, because 99% of dropshippers are going to use free shipping. So now we've narrowed this down a little bit. It's more likely that these people are dropshippers. So to really narrow it down further, what we're looking for are people who have the same picture as on Walmart and a price that's higher than Walmart. And then when we actually open the listing, we want to see if the description is the same. So let me move this tab over here so we can open these side by side. And I'll open up this item on Walmart. And we see that the price of this is $79.99. And there's two pictures, one with just the bear and one with the bear and the kid. And if we scroll down, here is the description. It says, this beautiful brown bear is over 2 feet. So we're looking for a listing on eBay that looks exactly like that. So this one is more than the price on Walmart. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one. I'll open in a new tab. Let's just take a look. So you see these are the same pictures, right? The price is higher. And this is the same description. It says this beautiful brown bear is over 2 feet. So this is a drop shipper, right? We just found one. Let's see if we can find some other ones. So I'm just going to open up a couple of these and go through them real quick.
Look at all those drop shippers, man. It looks like a lot of them.
Yeah. How much was the item again? $79.99. So this person's not drop shipping it. It's probably someone who actually has it in stock. So I'm going to ignore that one. You see why I did that? Because the price is the same.
Yeah, there's no way they could be making money drop shipping unless they have a source outside of Walmart that's a lot cheaper, right?
Right, exactly. So this one is probably a drop shipper. This one too. Let's look at what I just opened up. So here's one. It has the same pictures. He just added the first one again. The price is right. And the same description. It's beautiful brown bear. So it's another drop shipper.
And I know what software they're using as well because of that template.
Yeah. So you'll get used to this too. You'll see this template and you'll know that this is a drop shipper just based on the template. Again, this one's same deal. So we're finding all these people who are drop shipping, right? It's this one. Same with this guy. So yeah, plenty of them right here. So yeah, now we found, so now we found all these, and look how many more there are. We didn't even go through all of them. There's another one here, right? Whole bunch of them. You can open up all.
They all have different titles, I've noticed as well, a lot of them. Some are copying each other, but there are quite a few with different titles, Paul.
Right, and that's really the key to drop shipping and standing out and really getting sales where other people don't, is you want to have unique titles. You want to use keywords that no one else is thinking to use. So that's like, so like right here, this person says, they just use the description from Walmart. They throw in some extra words like furry, plush. This person used the word Valentine's, giant, jumbo. So they're using words that they're hoping nobody else is going to use, right? Because that's what's going to help them stand out. Maybe somebody will search for furry bear, and this is the one that comes up, and no one else's listing comes up because this is the only one that has the word furry in it. So that's really the power of keywords and what really makes you make these sales on eBay. But I want to move on to step 2, and that's to, once we found a seller, so we found all these different sellers, right? You now want to actually find items that they are selling well. So let's take a look at this person. I'm just going to click on their name right here. So this is going to bring me to their eBay store. And if I click right here where it says items to sale in the parentheses, there's a number. That's going to show me all of their listings. So by the looks of it, this person actually does more than just drop shipping. Looks like they also have some sort of custom t-shirts. So this one might not be the best person to look at, actually. So let's go ahead. Yeah, this person looks like they actually do a lot more than just drop shipping. So I'm going to find someone else here. Might be better. And what I'm doing here is as I'm going through these sellers, is I'm looking at this number in the parentheses, which is their reviews. And I always look for someone who has, at least 200 reviews, but not more than 10,000. Because if it's less than 200, that means they haven't sold enough products that I'm interested in looking at. But anything more than 10,000, it's going to be really hard to compete with them. So we ignore this guy. It was 103. See, maybe we didn't find anybody good here. This guy's 286. Maybe we'll look at him. Let me just take a look at the other two. This guy's 8. He's here. So let's look at this guy. See what he has to offer here. All right. So what we're looking for here on his page, now that we're looking at all of his items, is what it says in red. Now the watch count, you can pretty much ignore. It doesn't really matter. But what I'm looking for is what it says here, 27 sold. See that? So that means this person has sold this item 27 times. And look at the price, $64.99. So you can bet he's making some good money from this product if he's has that many sales on a $65 product. So now I'm going to open up this item. And we found now a drop shipper, and we found an item on a store that's selling really well. So we want to sell the same item, right? So what we now have to do is find out where he got it from. So I'm going to scroll down to the description. This is the easiest way to do it. So a lot of people have this complicated system of reverse engineering them. It's really super simple. So what you're going to do is come down to the description and just copy it. It's like the reverse of what we did before, kind of. And then just come over to Google, and I pasted it in Google. I'll paste it in here if it makes more sense. It's not letting me do it for some reason. Well, I paste it in there and search for it. And let's see what comes up. Look, bam. See that right there? It's Walmart.
Right there, Walmart.
So I'm going to open that up. And you'll see that you can sell the same item. You can list it from here. Use this to list it. Looks like what he did. Steve, this is not something, this is something that we had talked about privately.
Yep.
And
he's doing it.
And I guess we got to explain it now. So this is something we weren't sure if we were going to talk about this, but it came up, so I got to talk about it now. So look at this. This guy's selling 100 pounds of pedigree. So you see in the picture, there's 2 bags. But when you come to the listing on Walmart, it's just 1 bag of 50 pounds. So this guy's doing something really, really smart. He is bundling items. So he's taking this $23 item, or it's a $27 item, and he's selling 2 of them at once on eBay. And there's a number of reasons why he's doing this. One is that it makes his listing look different. So not many people are going to do this. So everyone's going to search through eBay. They're going to see 1 bag of dog food, and this guy's selling 2. So immediately he stands out because he's different. The second great benefit of this is that when you're on Walmart.com, there's free shipping on orders over $35.
Oh, now he qualifies.
Yes. So this item's only $27, but so it would cost money to ship it, but he sells 2 of them. Now he qualifies for free shipping. So it makes his deal look even better. You buy 1 on eBay, you have to add in the price of shipping. You buy 2, you don't have to add in shipping. He's immediately more competitive than everyone else. So this is a really smart guy. I would do the exact same thing he's doing. I would copy, I would use this and sell 2 of them just like he's doing.
Now, is there any money to be made on this, considering fees and everything like that? Is there any way we could kind of break that down, like his selling price, to see if there's even any money to be made?
Yeah, so let's take a look. So it's $27 if you trying to figure out why there's 2 prices here. I think it's because if you pick it up in store, it's $23. It's $27 if you ship it. Walmart sometimes has those deals.
So that would be $54 for
54,
2, right?
And he's selling it for $65.
Because it doesn't seem like there's really much money left. It doesn't seem like there's much meat on the bone with fees and everything.
Well, let's see. I'll pull up a calculator. We'll go through this as a purely academic exercise, and then I'll explain to you why it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because this is one of the biggest things that has been challenging me going through, and I'm up to about, I don't know, 38 or 40 something listings now. But when I had first started my first 5 listings, like this was the hardest thing I was dealing with, was like trying to find items with a profit and trying to get over the limiting belief as well that you don't have to necessarily be the lowest price. So I just kind of want to throw that in there for context.
Yeah, definitely. So this guy is selling it for $65. So we take 65. We have to get the eBay fees and the PayPal fees, which are going to be about 12%, right? So that's 12%. So that's $768. So we take the 65 and we subtract 768. 68. So now he's left with $57.32. And the price here is, what'd you say that was? 54, right?
Yeah.
So minus 54. So he's left with $3.32. He's not going to pay sales tax because he's definitely tax exempt. So
he's tax exempt. Okay, because I was just thinking if you had to pay tax, you're wiped out 100%.
Yeah, but Walmart's one of those ones you can get tax exemption on. So he's definitely tax exempt. So now he's making at least $3.32. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but he sold it how many times? He sold
27.
27. So that adds up. And there's a lot more margins in there than you think, because it's so easy to get these discounted gift cards.
Ooh,
so you go on websites.
Let's break that down. That's now we're cooking on a skillet.
Right. And unfortunately, I'm terrible at math. So it's going to be hard for me to really break this down for you guys, but you guys can get a great idea of how this works. So you go on the websites like raise.com is the name of the website, or check out a website called Gift Card Granny, and you can buy these gift cards. You buy like $100 Walmart gift card for $95. So right there, that's 5% savings. That does add up quickly. So that's the
5% savings. 5% savings would be on his purchase price, which is 54, right?
Which is 54, yeah.
So that's because 10% would be 540. So 5%. That's like a $2 saving right there. So now your $3.32 profit is up to $5.32. And then what? How much cash back for credit card? 1%?
No, you can use I have a 2% back card. So you buy that gift card with a 2% back card. So whatever 2% of $95 is that like? That's like $1.80 or something.
But we're working on a $54 sale. We're just doing it for that example. So it's like kind of like a 70, it's like an 80 cent. So we're up to like $6 profit so far about.
Okay. And then what you're also doing, so you're buying the gift card with that 2% back cash card. When you buy the gift card, you go through a cashback website. So I like to use Giving Assistant. You go to givingassistant.com, you type into the search bar raise.com. So you then click on the link in Giving Assistant to bring you to raise.com. As soon as you do that, any purchase you make on raise.com, you're going to get 2% back in Giving Assistant. Now you have your gift card. Now you go back to Giving Assistant, you go through Giving Assistant to walmart.com, and you're going to get 4 or 5% back by going through that link to Walmart. So you see how quickly, like
that's
how
up
you
like
can
over, that's like up over $7 profit now.
Yeah, so you see very quickly how you can stack these. That's what I call them, stacking them to really maximize your cash back. Yeah, so I did the math wrong here, but you get the good idea.
Yeah, you pushed the wrong number, but it was up over $7. And this is, I want to make this crystal clear. People might be thinking, you know, I'm only making an 8, 9, 10, 12%, you know, return on investment. But here's the thing, guys. This is different than having to, you know, physically have the item, take pictures of it, like going through this whole listing process. Like inside of his course, he uses a tool called DSM tool. I actually showcased it on my channel the other day, and you could list these things up in like 20 seconds. Now there's going to be a little more work if you do a bundle, right? You're going to have to go in Canva and do a little editing. That might take you a couple minutes, but imagine if you guys had, I don't know, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 items that sold on a regular basis for $4, $3 profit, $7 profit. I mean, that could add up quite quickly to $50 a day, $100 a day profit. And now you're up to, how much are you typically making a day in profit now?
I think I did the math for January. So I think it was around $600 a day.
Wow.
Did I do that right? Yeah. So,
and this is essentially what you're doing. You're finding items that make around a 10% profit margin that sell on a regular basis. And the more you list of these, you know, items that are selling, essentially the more money you make, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's about volume, finding as many of these products as you can. You make $5, even if it's just $5 on a product, but you find 100 items like that, you sell them once a day for a month. That's huge. That's so much money. It adds up. It's so scalable. It adds up so quickly.
Somebody mentioned, there was a couple people saying something. I'm sorry, the comments are kind of scattered all over, but you know, for you to sell an item, you know, to go through that process, for example, say you had that dog food and it sold, is it a lot of work for you to do? Like, let's just say you didn't have your VAs and you were a one-man show. Is it a lot of work for a $7 profit? You know, or is it less work than what people think?
To do what? To
actually go through the process. Say, you know, going through the process of finding that item on Walmart, listing it on eBay, and then when it sells, you have to fulfill the order by going to Walmart, buying it, and doing it all. Like if you didn't have your virtual assistants, because Paul does have, I want to say that up front. He didn't do 200K plus in gross sales with 18K profit by himself. You've got about 8 virtual assistants, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So is it a lot of work for $7 profit based on that example that we just showed?
I would say definitely no. So what you have to realize about this is that what I just did for that product, I only have to do it once. Now I've listed this product. Every time it sells, the quantity updates. So it's going to continually run through my store. I did all that research. I never have to do it again for that product. It's there. It's out there. It's going to continually make me money. All I have to do is purchase it. And there is software out there that can actually help you purchase your items even quicker. Like for instance, DSM tool, if you sell products from Amazon, I actually haven't tried it for Walmart. I don't know why. They have a plugin that you can use for Chrome. It makes the ordering process go so quickly. It copies the listing, copies the address of the buyer, automatically pastes it into Amazon. It goes so quickly. I can order a product in about a minute doing that. There's actually software that will automatically order it for you as well. But the other thing is to talk about these virtual assistants, like just real fast. This is also really essential for scaling your store. This is down the line. Once you start making good sales, you want to hire some of these virtual assistants to help you. It's not just like a convenience thing. It's like completely necessary to scale your store, because your time, you got to see how much time how much money your time is worth. You know, you're the person who's driving the sales. You're the person who's figuring out the strategy. The virtual assistants are just doing the routine daily tasks. So you're paying them $2 an hour. They're placing 50 orders in that hour. So yeah, that's how you make it worth it.
We've got a lot of questions coming in right now, and I'm trying to pick and choose and stay on topic. In a couple minutes, we are going to dive into Home Depot as well, if that's cool with you, Paul, and we'll kind of like show them around a little bit. But yeah, before we get into the questions, guys, I want to know right now, I want you to say hell yeah in the comments if you guys are enjoying the content so far. I think Paul's doing a freaking awesome job. And one thing I want to point out, if you guys don't know Paul, he's actually a lawyer. He is he has a full-time job as a lawyer in New York, and he's right next to me. He's been enjoying the cold weather, I'm sure. And I actually just flew over you today. I just got back from Tampa Bay, and they're like, "You're about 45 minutes away. We're flying over New York City." And I was like, "Paul's down there probably fulfilling drop shipping orders. Who knows what he's doing?" But he's full-time, guys. He's a full-time lawyer, and he's doing this on the side. And how long have you been drop shipping for? Is it what, like 9 months, 10 months?
A year.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a year. So, this isn't something that he's just come across over the last month or two and having success. He's been doing it for a year with a full-time job. So if you guys are in a position where maybe you're working a corporate job and you're like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of just being stuck at this income cap. Like, I want to make more money. Like, I want to buy a new car for my wife, or I want to save up some money to bring the kids to Disney World. Or, I don't want to have to always live my life worrying what happens if I get fired, or living paycheck to paycheck. What happens if I have to get a new tire on my car? Like, this is why you guys want to build up these various side hustles. So I want you to write hell yeah in the comments if you guys are enjoying this. And if you guys aren't subscribed to Paul, his YouTube channel is The Hustle Husbands on YouTube. You can actually check the description. Be sure to go over there, give him a subscribe. He's got a ton of awesome content over there. And I also want to mention as well, if you guys are interested in learning how to do this drop shipping business, he has a course. I actually went through the course. I'm about 97% done with it. There's a couple little things I have to go through, and he's consistently adding new content to that course as well. So at the end of the show, we're probably going to do like a screen share, and we'll kind of go through his course. It's not going to be a hard pitch. We're not going to be selling you guys like crazy to buy it, but I know there's folks out there who like, step-by-step tutorials and kind of having somebody there. So he has a whole community and everything that's centered around his course. So if you guys want to interact with other drop shippers on eBay and kind of learn more firsthand from him, link is in the description down below. Emmanuel is saying, where can we buy it? So if you go into the description, it's the first link. It says get Paul's drop shipping course plus my 3 clothing books. It's that link. If you go through that, I am an affiliate. I will hook you up with 3 of my top selling eBay books. So all you got to do is send me an email. All the information's down below. But yeah, let's get into it. Joanna C says, I just signed up. So Nice. It looks like you got a new student, Paul. But let's get more into the content, guys. We're not here to, give you guys a hard pitch. We're here to share with you guys a lot of good information. So I want to ask you a couple questions that have been coming in inside the comments, Paul. I've been kind of taking notes. So let's kind of blast through these really quick. One of the questions was, can you have more than one eBay store? And would you recommend if, someone out there, they had a store where they sell like thrifted items and garage sale items, would you recommend that they have a different store for drop shipping? And is that legal or allowed to have more than one store on eBay?
Yeah, definitely. Steve, you mentioned before that you're 95% of the way through the course. You're not anymore, because I've already added some new modules that you haven't checked out yet.
I'm like 86 now.
So, and one of those is about adding a second store. So you can have multiple eBay stores at once. It's totally allowed. And it's allowed with PayPal as well. So you can have them hooked up to the same PayPal account. And there's several reasons you want to do this. You might want to do this. A great reason is if one of your stores is just for thrifting, another store is for drop shipping. And that's a really smart idea, because you're going to have different handling times for these different types of stores, right? So a thrifting store, you have the products at your home. You can ship them out the same day. I know a lot of you guys like to do that. But with drop shipping, you're not going to have control over when they can ship it out. You know that you're going to have a good idea of when they're going to ship it out, but it's a store, like it's going to take 1 to 3 days. So that's why you got to have your handling time set for that. So that's a really smart idea to do that. But even as you're drop shipping, like I only have drop shipping stores, but I have several of them, and that's totally allowed. I have one for one source, or 1 or 2 sources. I use another one to experiment, and I have one that I just use for Amazon. So that's strategies that people like to go for.
Cool. Awesome. One of the more common questions that I've been receiving lately, and this was something that I was worried about when I first started, was, are people going to be upset or are they going to be angry if, for example, they buy something off eBay, right? Because you're drop shipping on eBay, and they get a box from Walmart or they get a box from Home Depot or Amazon. What's been your experience selling thousands of products drop ship from eBay?
This is something I was worried about too, but it's not something that really panned out to be a problem at all. So traditionally what happens is they get something and they never say anything about it. They see that it comes in a Home Depot box. They might even see that the Home Depot invoice is in there. They never say anything. Same thing with Amazon. The great thing about Amazon and Walmart is that you can select you can select a gift receipt so that they don't see the price of the item. Home Depot almost never puts the price of the item on it. Well, Home Depot actually sometimes drop ships themselves from these outside vendors. In that case, they don't have as much control, so they might have the price on it, but I've never sold a Home Depot item to someone and had them come back and say, it's cheaper somewhere. I saw the invoice is cheaper. And as for the box, my thought is that the reason people don't care is because so many sellers on eBay, they get their boxes from Home Depot anyway. Like thrifters, they'll go to Home Depot, buy a bunch of boxes. That's where they ship it in. So you see that something came in a Home Depot box, most people aren't going to think it's actually from Home Depot. Same thing with Amazon. Like so many people order stuff from Amazon. You have all these boxes lying around, these Amazon boxes. People think you just reuse one of those boxes and sent it out.
Yeah, there's a couple of drop shippers in the comments right now saying that they've never had any issue with the box as well. So, yeah, I mean, it seems to be a common theme that I think it's just a limiting belief for the most part. So thanks for answering that. We had a question that came in. I've got a bunch of questions that I'm writing down. So I'm in the comments, guys. Feel free if you have any questions. I know it's a little confusing. I'll admit I was really confused when I started learning about this, but ask questions. I'm writing them all down, guys. There were some people concerned about saturation with this business model. People were asking about Home Depot, and do you think it's going to get saturated? Because I know on Amazon, it's definitely a lot more competitive. And one of the things that you've been telling me behind the scenes, in the course and even, with our coaching calls is, there's a great opportunity now with like Home Depot and what was the other one? Walmart.com. Do you think over time these are going to get more competitive and you're going to have to kind of like, with this model, are you always kind of looking for a new opportunity, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I think this is another problem I would say with Amazon is that it is the most competitive one to drop ship from, and it is a bit saturated now. So that's why I've turned to these alternatives like Home Depot, for instance. And surprisingly, it's still easy to make a profit off of selling things from Home Depot onto eBay. It's just not something that people automatically turn to. You also got to remember that a lot of these websites don't work really well outside the United States. And a lot of these drop shippers are from other countries, like Israel is very common. And they have a really tough time buying products from Walmart and from Home Depot. And so they only use Amazon. It just works really well for them. So you're immediately taking out the rest of the world in competition. You're only worrying about people from the United States. And there's always going to be new stores. There's always new stores to explore. Just last month, I was trying out a new store, Bed Bath & Beyond. This month, I'm going to start looking at Kmart. And there's so many more that I can look at. I just don't have time to look at them all. That's the only thing limiting me right now is time.
Pertaining to starting up another eBay store, a lot of people were asking, I don't want to start up another eBay store because I'm going to have zero feedback. What I actually did is I actually called eBay and I said, hey, I've got an account with multiple thousands of feedback. Can I link the accounts? And they said yes. And they literally instantly raised my account on my new eBay store from, I think it was 10 items, $500 or like $1,000. They instantly raised it to, what was it? I told you 2,500 items, $25,000, like instantly. Yeah. They said, just call back and we'll raise it up to like 50 or 100,000. So give eBay a call and you can link your accounts. Is that a smart idea? I just did it. I mean,
it's a really smart idea. So I'm assuming a lot of your watchers or a lot of them are selling eBay already. So they're going to have a huge advantage because the two biggest problems for new sellers is that listing limit and the PayPal jail, we call it, which is, the first 90 days you're on a probation period. PayPal, they're going to hold your money until they see that the item was actually delivered to the customer, and then they'll send the money to you. But they eliminate that probation period after 90 days, or if you're lucky, they'll eliminate it earlier. But your sellers are already selling things. I mean, your subscribers are already selling things. They've already gotten out of PayPal jail. They already have a limit. They can connect their store to a new one. They don't have to worry about the limit. So they're at a huge advantage. They can jump right into this, start listing a ton of products, and just like beat out everyone else who's kind of being slowed down by these like roadblocks that eBay and PayPal put up.
It's crazy. Like, how cool would it be, guys? Just imagine how cool would it be that you checked, maybe you have two stores, a drop shipping store, and then you have your regular thrift, garage sale, maybe RA store on eBay, even though you probably do Amazon for that. Imagine if, you know, your drop shipping store started making 10 bucks a day profit, 20 bucks a day, 30 bucks a day profit, combined with, you know, your store that's making 40, 50, 60, 80 bucks. I mean, once you get up to about $35 profit, $40 profit, that's like $1,000 a month. I mean, I don't know about you, but $1,000 a month, I mean, that's like, I don't know, depending on where you live, that could be like a mortgage payment or like rent. That could be, you know, you and your spouse's car payment. I mean, $1,000. I mean, let's talk about the, you know, kind of your journey. How hard is it to get to $1,000 profit, $2,000 profit? What are the expectations that you would have for my audience or for the people who are watching in terms of getting up to maybe that $1,000 a month profit, considering that they already have an account that maybe has a good selling limit because they're already selling on eBay? What is the expectations?
So this is really a numbers game. The more you list, the more you're going to sell, the more money more sales you're going to get, and the more profit you're going to make. So a good rule of thumb is that you get $1 in profit for every listing you have. But that's, you know, obviously just a rule of thumb. More expensive items are going to sell less, but you sell them and you're going to make a lot of money off that one sale. And obviously cheaper items, you're going to sell more, but you're not going to make as much money. But that's a good rule of thumb. So if you get 1,000 listings, you're looking at about $1,000 a month in profit. And 1,000 listings to a thrifter probably sounds like a lot, but to a drop shipper who's using the software, you can get there really, really quickly if you're really dedicated to doing it. And you know, Steve, I've never done the thrifting thing, but if I was in your shoes or somebody else who's done it, I would look at some of the products that I've sold already and see if there's similar or even the exact same products that I can find on like Walmart, and see if I could sell those products, because you know that those products sell. You know that those are going to sell well. So that's what I would do if I was in your shoes.
Cool, man. Awesome. A couple people asking about, and we're going to answer a couple more questions. Is that cool with you, Paul?
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome. There's like a lot of people. We have 181 people watching live right now, guys. So if you are enjoying this, be sure to hit the like button, show some love, ask a question. We're in here, guys, trying to help you make some money, because that's what this YouTube channel is about. And, you know, it's about you guys making money, but it's not just for the money. It's about changing your life, being able to do what you want, having the freedom to, you know, go to the gym and work out and get healthy and spend time with your friends and family. So this is what it's about. It's not about money. It's about changing your life. So with that being said, a couple more questions that were coming in. People were asking about returns in the comments, and there was a question from, where is it? Gosh, you guys are asking so many questions. I think Sarah said she was concerned. She says, that would be a concern to me. Curious how you would guarantee as a drop shipper this would not happen. So people are concerned with returns. Can you guarantee that returns aren't going to happen? And I already know the answer to that. No. But how do you deal with the returns? Are you physically taking them in your possession? Because I'll be honest with you, dude, if I have to take the returns in my possession and then send them back to the, you know, source and deal with that, I'm good, man. Like, I'm good. Like, I'll stick to other business models. So what's the deal with shipping?
With returns?
Yeah.
Returns are super easy. And
really?
I actually like returns. And I'll tell you why. So
he's a freaking crazy man. He likes return. Did you guys, that's going to be, man, I'm going to have to clip that out and just like put it on my YouTube channel. Paul, he likes returns. I'm just going to put it in. I'm going to put it in loop, man. Explain, man. I'm going to stop talking.
They make me more money. I promise you. So what?
Wait. You know, he likes returns and they make. Are you drinking right now? You guys in the comments, can you please put what you think Paul is drinking? I'm going to guess whiskey. He's probably drinking whiskey because he says he likes returns and he makes money on. I'm going to stop talking again. I'm going to let him. I'm done. Zip.
It's just seltzer. just pure seltzer, just regular water.
Yeah.
So, so returns, I'm sure you've bought something on Amazon, returned it, or Walmart. The way this happens on eBay is the same way that you would return it if you were returning it yourself. So you have an item that you source from Walmart that somebody wants to return. You go into Walmart's website, you literally click a button and you get the return label. It's on your computer now. And now you just go into eBay and upload the return label. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for the return like you would if you sent out an item from your home that was damaged. And now the customer's happy because they're returning the item for free. They don't have to pay for return label. That makes happy customers. And you don't have to pay to return it. Walmart's going to refund you 100%, and you charge a restocking fee, 20%, to the eBay customer.
I forgot about that. You're not catching hell for charging that restocking fee?
Sometimes you do. And if you do, you have a couple of choices. You can say, too bad, obviously in a much nicer way than that, and say like, this is the policy and you can't take the, we charge a restocking fee. And then if you get negative feedback for that, you find the right representative on eBay, they're going to remove it because it's in your policy. The customer saw it before they bought it. Sometimes if it's like a cheap item, I might just refund them, but that rarely happens. People, they understand for some reason on eBay that there's restocking fees and they're just willing to take that loss. So that's how I make money.
Do you, you know how you use, for example, you're getting cash back with the credit card, you're going through like the portals and stuff. Are you still keeping all that money when a refund happens, or does that all kind of get like refunded back as well? You know how you're saving money on the back end through the portals and, gift cards and all that?
Yeah. So that will be refunded. Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it's that restocking fee. Somebody mentioned if you charge a restocking fee, the customer will never buy from you again. Has that stood true? And do you actually have, because it's funny, when I was full-time on eBay, and, I sell a little bit on eBay nowadays, but certainly not as much as I used to. So I don't get a lot of repeat customers. But even when I was selling, 6,000 to 8,000 a month, and I had over 1,000 items, obviously they were like thrifted clothing items, I rarely ever had repeat customers. Now, maybe it was just me. I don't know. Maybe I was doing something wrong. I don't know. Maybe once in a blue moon. But do you have repeat customers, or is there even any way to track it when you're drop shipping that many items?
It's hard to track it, but we do get repeat customers. I think a lot of them are just by accident. They're searching for the same types of items. They find ours. It's not the substantial bulk of our sales. Like, I have no problem blocking buyers that I don't like. I have a long list of blocked buyers because if anyone's rude to my virtual assistants, I'm going to block them because I can't stand for that. So, I try to provide really great customer service. This is customer service industry, so I always try to give great customer service. But if someone's cursing at me, they're going to be blocked. Right. I'm not worried about not having repeat customers because it's not at all the bulk of my sales.
Yeah. eBay has, I think, like 1 billion new users per month or something. So there's plenty of customers on eBay, right? But at the end of the day, you don't want to be rude. You don't want to be mean. Like if someone's fighting you about the restocking fee or they're angry, like, of course, you're going to do you're going to do everything in your power to make them happy, right? And make it a good experience. So people are asking about the software that you use. It's DSM Tool, right? DSMtool.com, I think. Just Google it. Check it out. And that's the tool that we're both using right now. I don't know if you're using any other softwares, but DSM Tool is essentially what we're using. You can use it on eBay. You do have to upgrade to the paid version if you want to use Home Depot, which I learned because I was using the free version, and then I went to start listing on Home Depot and I'm like, nope, you got to get the paid version. So I think it was like $14 a month. Do you use any other softwares?
So I use a couple with my virtual assistants. You don't need them when you start out. Okay. DSM Tool is the main one. It's actually $10 a month, the cheapest plan besides the free one.
Okay.
So you should put like a link to that so people can find it if that's so they don't have trouble finding. But yeah, that's the main one I use. Like I said, I use a couple of my virtual assistants, but that's really, I do use this great one. It's called TrackerBot. And TrackerBot, what it does is it connects to both eBay and your Gmail account. So when when you get your tracking numbers emailed to you from like Home Depot or Walmart, TrackerBot finds that email, then automatically uploads it to eBay. So I don't have to do that. And that's really helpful when you have hundreds of orders a day, because there's just no way you can do that by hand. That's another great one. But again, you don't need that at first. You can do that manually. It's very easy to upload tracking numbers either right in eBay or through DSM tool. That's really for later on when you get a lot more sales.
What's a good tip that you have for folks? I'm trying to buy sometime, as I put this link in the description.
So I'm trying to think. I thought there was another software that people might find useful, but it's not coming to me right now. I'm kind of blanking. There's just so many great resources out there if people want to try different things in terms of different softwares to use. But really, DSM tool does a lot of really cool stuff. Like another great thing that it does that, Steve, I don't even know if you know about this, is that it will tell you if any of your items haven't sold within a certain period. So let's say you set it to like 60 days. So if an item hasn't sold in the past 60 days, it's going to alert you. It's going to say, this is an item that's not selling well. You might want to change the title, or you might want to try lowering the price or deleting it. And that's really important to know, because we all know about listing fees. After a certain number of listings, eBay is going to charge you per listing. It's not very much, but it can add up if you don't stay on top of it. So that's a great way to kind of stay on top of it and manage it. And it's built right into this platform DSM tool. That's one of the things I love about it.
Yeah, it's really a game changer. Without this tool, I would never be doing this business, because it would take way too long to list items, right? Like for you, I don't even know how you would run your business, like listing all those items without the tool.
Yeah. So what's awesome about it is that, like, what's awesome about this business is that it's so, like, people do the work for you. Like, you're letting Home Depot and Walmart do the work for you. They're taking the nice pictures. They're writing the great copy for the descriptions. You're just copying all that and putting it onto your eBay store. But this tool, DSM tool, does all the copying and pasting for you. So even though this is super fast to begin with, it makes it that much faster because it's just instantaneous. Everything from Walmart is boom, right there in your eBay store. You just have to click a couple buttons. It could take a minute to do it.
I just did a video the other day. I was listing live from Amazon. I don't think I was listing live from Home Depot at that point. Or maybe I was, I don't remember, but go check out my channel, guys. It was like a week ago. I think it was like drop shipping. I think the title was drop shipping from eBay to Amazon, or Amazon to eBay, either or. Go check it out. I did like a whole hour video of just listing. It's crazy. Like, once you guys see how easy it is, you're going to get started. And the account is free, for listing on Amazon at first. You want to go over to Home Depot and start playing around over there, and maybe we can go through another example?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great. So let me...
And again, guys, if you are enjoying this video, be sure to, show some love, leave a comment in the description, and be sure to check out Paul's YouTube channel. It's The Hustle Husbands. Pretty much everything we've been mentioning in this show is in the description. His course, DSM tool, that's in the description as well. His YouTube channel, that's in the description. So check that out. And we've actually created a couple videos in the past. So there's another link in there if you want to check out some of our previous training and stuff. So it's all in there, guys. And I am in the comments watching for any questions you guys have. Hey, while you're searching, quick question people were asking, do you use any type of bulk lister? Like, I know there's that one, isn't it like Hydro Lister or something?
Yeah, so Hydro Lister is a different software that you can list with, just like DSM tool. You can actually bulk list using DSM tool is a way to do that. But the reason a lot of people like Hydro Lister, the benefit of that is that there's a lot more places you can list from. So DSM tool has like a limited number, but they're very popular ones. Or not, some of them aren't actually that popular, like Kmart and Home Depot. But so there's only a limited number that you can list from. Hydro Lister has a whole lot you can list from. The problem with Hydro Lister is that it doesn't have the greatest customer service, and it's just kind of a little bit like bulkier to use. It's not very user friendly. So I prefer DSM tool, and it's so easy to switch between the two. You just download this like Excel file and upload it to the other one. It's really fast. So if you ever want to switch, you could switch back and forth every other month and it would work fine. But cool, I prefer DSM tool. But let's take a look at Home Depot, because each source is going to be a little different, and I want to show your viewers what you got to look for on Home Depot, right? Because there's some special considerations here. So HomeDepot.com, we're looking at free shipping. We're talking about free shipping. It's going to have free shipping on items that are over $45. Okay. But the unique thing about Home Depot is that you get free shipping on every order that's over $45. Not just an item, every order. And the very unique thing about them is that you can combine multiple items into one order and ship them to multiple addresses. So let's say you have one item that's, I'll show you this. So let's find like a cheap item, like a hammer. And we'll just add this $10 hammer to the cart. And you see this hammer, it's $9.97. It says free shipping with $45 order. So this is not going to get free shipping by itself. But we'll add it to the cart. And then we'll find like an expensive item, like a jigsaw. And let's just find, I don't know, anything. Just add, just anyone. I'm just looking for something that says free shipping on $45 order. That's only $25. So let's do this one that's $150. I'll add that to the cart.
Perfect.
And then we'll view the cart over here. And you're going to see that even though this one wouldn't qualify for free shipping on its own, the estimated shipping here is $5.99, but then it gives you the discount right here. So that discount is for the shipping.
Got it.
So you're going to get free shipping on this. And when you actually check out, you're going to be able to ship these to different addresses. So this one can go to somebody, your customer in New York. This one can go to your customer in California. Boom. And you can become tax exempt on Home Depot. It's really, really easy. So that's one of the awesome things about Home Depot. One of the things I really, really love about them. The other cool thing is that you could check out with PayPal. Something you could also do on Walmart. So you get the money paid to you from eBay to PayPal, and then you could just spend that money right away using PayPal on these websites. So that's another awesome thing. But let's try to find some good items to the list. We'll use the same process. So I'm going to look at those jigsaws again, and you'll see that there are a ton of different ones here. Another thing you want to look for is right here where it says scheduled delivery. See that? That means there's not shipping on these. These are like ones that have to be delivered specially. So you want to look for ones that say, yeah, you want to avoid those ones. Even if you list them, it's not going to matter because DSM tool will list it as out of stock because it knows the difference. But it's just something to be aware of. You're looking for ones.
Distinction, yeah. Yeah,
you're looking for these ones that say like free shipping and free shipping with $45 order, things like that. So I always like to, if we're going to use the same process we did before, I'm just going to obviously look for something that's gotten some great reviews, and there's a lot of them here. So let's just pick like this one right here because I like this is like a good price or something. And then we're just going to go over to eBay. Oops, keep doing that. And paste that title in there. So this is the same thing we did before, right? And immediately we have a bunch of listings come up, but they look a little different. So we're going to pick over here on the left where it says, for some reason it's not coming up new. We'll click off free shipping. Let's see, like this one. That's not the right one. It's the same one, but it's the wrong price. See, the price didn't go up. So it's not a drop shipper. This one.
Oh, there you go. That's got to be one.
This is probably one. This is probably one. Let's just open a couple of these and we'll just play around, see what we got here. All right. So looking at this one, looks like the same pictures, right? Come back over to Home Depot. Actually got to open it up. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. See, I didn't listen to my own advice here. See, it says express delivery. I'm sorry about that. I'm like,
oh, that's why we weren't seeing a ton of dropshippers.
Yeah, that was the problem. See, even people like
learning live.
Yeah. All right. Let's restart that. I'm sorry about that, guys. So,
but that's important. You know what I mean? Because these are common mistakes, you know, that you're going to make. So it's great to see it just kind of live on camera to avoid it.
Yeah, and that's not really a big deal, because like I said, you wouldn't be able to list that anyway. So let's just choose this one, right? And we'll search for that one.
So it says free shipping, but I don't see it says like $45 or more, or whatever that number was. Does that matter?
That's because this item's already over $45.
Oh, so if it's under the $45, then it'll have that also. It'll also say free shipping over, because it's kind of trying to tell you like spend more money.
Yeah, like this one's 36. It says free shipping with $45 order.
Got it. I got it.
So let's search for that one, and we'll see what comes up. That one, and I lost that one. Distracting me over here, Steve. Okay, here we go. This one's 90.75. So we're looking for something that's over 90.75. I think this is only a photo for it. Oh no, here we go. A couple other photos. There's this guy cutting some wood over here. Let's see if we got something similar to that. So this one's more expensive. This one's more expensive. This one's more expensive. This guy, let's see if this photo, see this photo here, it's different. So let me see. There's a picture of a guy outside cutting. Yeah, right here. So this guy did something else that's a really smart idea. You see, you come over to eBay, and you see all these listings, and they look the same, right? And then you have this guy, and his picture stands out because it's different. It's the same exact product, but he's using a different photo. And this is another way that you can stand out from the competition, is by using not the first photo that comes up, but one of these other ones. Now, personally, this is a bad photo to use because it doesn't really broadcast or show the item very well. People kind of have to squint and lean into the screen to see what it is. So if it were me, I would use the main photo on this, maybe this one where you can kind of see it a little better. Maybe this one, actually. This would stand out and people could still see what the item is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah, so that's another great tip to kind of stand out from the competition. But let's look at a few of these. See that these are the photos we've been looking at, right? This guy's actually already sold it once. You can see here, he sold it once. So this guy is definitely a drop shipper. The price is higher. Description. And I could just tell, I've sold so many Home Depot products. I can just tell by looking at this, the way it's set up, that he copied this from Home Depot, just the way it looks. And you'll get used to this as time goes on. But if you come over to Home Depot, scroll down to the description and scroll down to the specifications chart, this is what I'm looking at here. It has the dimensions, the details, and a lot of times when people copy it over, it comes out looking like this. But this guy is definitely drop shipping this from Home Depot. So I want to see what else he's selling, because he has some great feedback as well. See 6,241 feedback. So this guy obviously knows what he's doing. He knows what items are selling well. So let's check out this one. First of all, I would list this item because he's already sold it once. But let's look at his other ones and see what else.
How much were they selling that? How much were they selling that for on Home Depot as well? Because he was selling it for what, 109.
It was 90 over here, 90.75.
Okay. Yeah, so there's probably $5, $6, $7 profit on that as well after all said and done, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly. You can get cashback credit cards. I'm sorry, discounted gift cards for Home Depot. You can regularly get about 3%, 4%, sometimes as much as 5%.
This is so cool. It's
yeah,
crazy.
It's awesome. And then
I never knew this dropshipping world existed, man. Like, it's crazy that this actually, like, people are doing this. But anyways, keep going, man.
Okay, great. So let's look at what he's selling here. So items for sale, click here. Look at this, 46 times he sold.
Look at that.
So this would be an awesome one to drop ship yourself. This one says the watchers is 39, but sometimes, even though it says the watchers here, if you open it up, it might tell you that it actually sold. Yeah, this one sold 9 times.
Oh, wow, look at that.
$134 item sold 9 times. So imagine that you had that in your store. What else does he have?
This one in my store 70. After this, man.
This is actually a really great find. Getting a little nervous now. I'm kind of like, oh.
You sure this isn't your store, Paul?
Let me check. No, this is a great one. So this is somebody that I'm personally gonna go in and sell all these items myself. I sell a lot of Home Depot. I've never seen this one. I'm gonna take a look at this one because I don't even know if this is from Home Depot. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna check for that. Yeah, you can see this chart right here. This is a Home Depot item. I could tell right away, but I've never seen this before. So I'm gonna list this one, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna copy this description, Google it, and the first thing that comes up, Home Depot, right? Click on it, and there it is. It's that simple, right? So, and you see like, oh my gosh, this guy is selling so many items. You could just swoop in, sell the same items, create better titles, and you can really kill it.
Wow. 201 sold. Holy mackerel.
Where'd you see that? Oh yeah. For $60 item, 200.
What is that?
It looks like a bunch of fire detectors, smoke detectors.
Bundle.
That's a bundle. Yeah, for sure. So it's really that easy. You find a good seller like this, you could spend a whole week just going down through his whole store. Look at all of these.
Dude, this is a jackpot find. We better get off this page.
Yeah, $145, 17 times. You know, just cash back alone, you're killing it with an item like that. $371, $99, 27 sold. Again, just cash back alone is going to make you a lot of money off of those. So I think you guys get a great idea of how, oh my gosh. Look at this one here, $284 item, sold 26 times. And like, what is this thing? Half the time, I don't even know what I'm selling. It doesn't matter though, because it's making me money.
It's a gas indoor tankless water heater. Duh.
So, and the great thing about this is it looks like all of his products are Home Depot. So it just makes it so much faster to go 28 times, $258. So yeah, that's how easy it can be.
So there you go, folks. I mean, that's Home Depot right there. I'm going to take off the screen share as well. Man, that was really cool. We literally found a seller who's drop shipping, who's having a ton of success directly off of Home Depot. And that's it. You find these people, and essentially you could go in. You don't want to copy their titles exactly, but you want to obviously optimize the titles and the descriptions and whatnot. So that was cool, man. That was really fun. That was like, man, people in the comments are excited. I don't know. I want to know right now, guys, we have 165 people. I want to know right now, if you are excited about this business model, I want you to write, what should they put in the comments if they're excited? One word.
The money sign.
The money sign. Put the money sign, guys, in the comments right now if you are excited about this. And there's so many questions coming through, guys. Unfortunately, there's no way to answer all these right now. Like, I've literally seen like 85 questions come through, guys. So, you know, if you guys have questions, you could obviously leave them in the description afterward, in the comments afterwards, and we'll do our best to go through and answer all of them. Yeah, BizHack says, man, this is really cool. We got Juan Carlos writing the money sign. Man, Juan Carlos is going crazy with the money sign. He typed it like 50 times. We got James Thrift. We got Nancy in there. We got Billy Snyder. Together We Wander. So, you guys, there's a lot of stuff, you know, that goes into this whole business model, right? It's not something that, you know, is just super I mean, it's simple, but there's a lot of different things that you need to know. And that's why I invested in Paul's course. And like I said, I thought I was 96% of the way through, but he's obviously added new content. So I'm like 80-something% through. But he created a course, guys. It's what's the name of it? eBay Titans?
Yeah. eBay Dropshipping Titans.
So it's called eBay Dropshipping Titans. And why don't you tell them a little bit about your course? We're not going to pitch you guys really crazy. We're going to just tell you a little bit about it. If you want to check it out, feel free to do so. Before we get into it, is it okay, guys? Leave a comment down below. Do you think it would be fair, after giving you guys all this information, would it be fair for us to kind of go through and talk about the course a little bit and share with you what's inside of it? For anybody who may or may not want a little bit of help, leave a comment. I'm going to wait to see if it's okay if we can talk about it. Let me refresh the comments. So Demetrius was saying, of course. Just want to make sure we're able to help you guys out. Drew is money sign. Bruce is saying great course. Elizabeth is saying absolutely. Yes, please. Definitely. I will begin your course. BizHack says, okay, so everyone's saying we could talk about it a little bit. Cool. So let's share. What is your course exactly about? Maybe we could do even a screen share and kind of show a little bit of, in terms of what people would get and whatnot, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, definitely. So this course, it's literally everything that I know about dropshipping. Everything that I've done to grow my six-figure business. It's going to take you right from the beginning, though. I'm going to hold your hand through the process, show you how to start an eBay store, how to really optimize it, how to grow it, and to sell your first items and to expand from there. So I'll show you guys the curriculum. It's all video. All right, so this is what it looks like. I just updated the logo. I kind of like this new logo a lot better. It's pretty cool, I think. And you see the first, it's just introducing eBay. A lot of your viewers are going to know about eBay already, but there's things that are specific to drop shipping. So I go through that, and PayPal. And this is important, setting up your eBay store, because this is going to take you step by step. You just literally have a split screen, the course on one side of your screen, your eBay store on the other side of the screen, and follow along, and I'll hold your hand through the whole process so you guys can just set up your store correctly, because it is a little bit different for drop shipping. You want to make sure it's done right. And then I talk about sources. So we talked a little bit today about which sources to list from. I go into greater detail here, tell you exactly what to look for, break it down for you guys. And then, of course, the real money here is module 6, which is that 3-step formula I told you guys today about how to find profitable items. Now, I showed you guys how to do this already. I didn't hold anything back, but we're kind of limited on time. So I couldn't really break it down into minute details. So that's what I'm going to do right here for you guys. I break it down into great detail, showing you exactly what I do, and then show you exactly how to actually list the items, how I use DSM tool, that software we talked about, how freaking easy it is to list an item with that, and all the things you need to know to really maximize the use of this software. Then I talk about title optimization, which is really really important for drop shipping, because this is what's going to differentiate you from your competition. We've talked about this already, so you guys know how important that is. I see people selling the same item with different titles, completely different keywords, and they have completely different prices, and yet both people are still selling them because one person, even though the price is higher, has a better title. So that really tells you how important these titles are. And then, of course, to show you how to actually process the orders, what to do with tracking numbers, customer service. You really want to stay on top of this. This is something that not a lot of people talk about drop shipping, is how to deal with your customers, because ultimately customers are the ones that are making you the money. You want to treat them right. You got to know how to handle all the issues that come up. So I tell you how to do that. This is also a unique one, feedback, because nobody likes receiving negative feedback. I tell you how to avoid it, but I also tell you how to remove it. And I think it surprises most people, Steve, that people don't realize how easy it is to remove negative feedback if you know what you're doing. So that's what I go over. That's what I go over in here, is exactly how to do it. You can actually listen in as I call eBay and I get negative feedback removed. So you can hear exactly what I say and just say the same thing I did. I talk about ways to increase your profit. We talked about this a little bit. Things like tax exemption, coupons, making money with cashback websites, all that great stuff. What else is in here? Sometimes I lose track of what's in here. There's so much great stuff. Talk about how you scale your store, and some advanced topics like starting a second eBay store is one of the ones I just added. So a lot's in there. I'm constantly adding stuff to it. I also want to say that anyone who joins the course is also going to get free access to my Facebook mastermind. And this is a great place that you can go. You can ask questions any time of the day. I go in there a lot. I answer people's questions, but I go to sleep at night and I wake up in the morning, I log in, I see that there's been tons of questions asked and tons of questions answered by other drop shippers. So it's really great. That's a great community, people helping each other out. So that's in there. You're also going to get my scripts. And these are scripts that I use to answer all my customer questions. I don't even think about it anymore. They ask this question, I just find this script and send them that response. And I've given these to my virtual assistants now, so they know exactly what to say. Takes all the guesswork out of it, and I'll make those available to you in the course as well. So that's everything in there.
Man, that's a lot of freaking information, man. And it's some people like to learn on their own, but other people want to save time. So if you guys are looking for kind of like something to walk you through, and there were so many questions people were asking, how do I get tax exempt? How do I do the gift cards? How do I go through the portals? How do I research, keyword research? There's a million different things. Definitely check it out if you're interested, guys. Like I said, we're not going to pitch you guys super hard. The course is going up in price. It's been available for a while. It's going up, what, $47 in the next 24 hours, you said? Right? You were telling me?
That's right.
Yeah, so
tomorrow night.
Okay, so by tomorrow night, it's going up $47 in price. Also, guys, if you guys decide to go through it, and you go through my link, just hit me up, rakeandprofit@gmail.com, and I'm going to send you guys all 3 of my clothing books. And you want to know what? If you guys order in the next 24 hours, what else could I throw in? I will also throw in my pawn shops book as well to teach you how to do pawn shops. And you want to know what? I'll also throw in Garage Sale Killer as well. So I'll throw in 5 books for free, but I'm only giving those additional 2 in the next 24 hours. So if you guys do want to grab it, send me an email, rakeandprofit@gmail.com with your screenshot if you purchased it, and I'll send you guys all those books as well. You do have a return policy on your course, right? Isn't it like 14 days or something if you go through a certain percentage of it?
Yeah, you can take a look at that, but it's 14 days.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you guys can definitely check it out. I mean, if it's not for you, we're not going to, chop your head off and go crazy. I mean, the way it goes sometimes. People were asking about coaching. I was trying to, let me ask you guys live. I'm going to put Paul on the spot. I was telling Paul behind the scenes, I was like, man, you should let me help you put together some type of group coaching for people or something. I want to know in the comments, guys, if Paul was to make it available, some type of and this is outside of the course, but some type of I don't know, what if we did 4 webinars or something and we capped it at 50 or 100 people and we did some type of group coaching off of YouTube special for you guys, and I don't know, maybe we did some cool stuff. Would you guys be interested in that if we put something together like that? I want to know if people would even want that, because I know there were a lot of people asking about one-on-one coaching, but unfortunately as a full-time lawyer and doing all these things and running a business that's making 6 figures a year, he obviously probably doesn't have a ton of time to do one-on-one coaching. But if you guys would be interested in some type of group coaching, I want you to put the word, I want you to type your favorite animal. What is your favorite animal? If I see an animal in the comments right now, I'm going to know that you guys would be interested in some type of group coaching, because I don't know about you, but for me, I like taking courses, but I also like to network with others and kind of get my, I'm lucky enough to have this YouTube channel and be friends with Paul, so I could just hit him up behind the scenes and get all my questions answered. But I know a lot of people aren't that lucky. So I see a dog coming in the comments. I see penguin. I see elephant. Wow, Paul. Bulldog. We got a skunk coming in. People are going to be coming in right now Steve, what the heck are you talking? We got a manual saying peacock, polar bear, puppy.
These are some great animals.
Kangaroo. Man, if you had to mention an animal right now, what would it be? What's your favorite animal, Paul?
I love dolphins. They're just so cool.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
Wow. What would mine be? I don't know, man. I want to own a giraffe, man. How cool would that be to have a pet giraffe, man?
We're going to put that thing.
Dude, we got Mark Stein coming in with a honey badger.
Wow, that's very specific.
Wow. So
that guy watches a lot of Animal Planet, it sounds like.
So that's about it, man. That's all we got for you guys, man. We might have to put some type of group coaching together for you guys and help Paul facilitate something like that, because we got a lot of random animals coming in right now. So you're going to have a lot of animals on your hand, Paul. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all we got for you guys. Again, links are in the description. If you want the bonuses, hit me up, rakeandprofit@gmail.com if you purchase tonight. And I'll hook you guys up with that stuff. But anything else you have to say, Paul? Mention your YouTube channel and whatnot.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. It's The Hustle Husbands. Check that out, because then you're going to see that, who I am, get a better idea of, make sure I really am who I say I am. I put out a lot of free content there, but like Steve said before, if you want to make sure that you get those bonuses, make sure to use his link that for you guys know that you can get all those extra 5, was it 4 or 5 things you're giving away?
Yeah, five things.
Yeah. So, but yeah, check out my YouTube channel so you see who I am. And yeah, I hope to see some of you guys in the course. Like I said, the price is going up tomorrow. So this is literally the best time to jump on it right now.
Cool. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out his YouTube channel, Hustle Husbands. Links in the description. But with that being said, I think we're going to call it a night. Thanks for watching, guys. And Paul, thank you so much. Super grateful to have you here, man. We had like 150, 200 people watching live. So I think you dropped a lot of value, and I think we helped a lot of people today. So thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks to you, Steve. Have a good night.
All right. Take care, guys.